All right. So this is not the beginning of the show. We're just making sure everything's working. You get a little behind the scenes before we start the show. If you're tuning in and you don't know who the fuck I am, the name's underneath, Toxic Mike. We got Thee Godfrey and we got Demonoid. We just wanted to make sure everything is hunky-dory, everything is working. And, oh, nope, we don't want to close out of that before we start the show. So let's see if anybody comes in here. If you could just give us a heads up, a thumbs up, a heart, whatever. And we'll be able to see that everything is going on. Right, guys?
Right.
Yeah,
I hit the button.
Godfrey's microphone is working, even though we were having some technical difficulties.
I blame porn.
I mean, for everything in life, we should blame porn. We got Ron. We did not start the show, guys. The show has not started, but we're just doing a little testing. Make sure
So he's on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Facebook stream up on the other.
A week in my life, if I just abstained from porn, a whole week, I would probably gain back. Like I'm talking on like hours consecutive. I think personally, I mean, I don't know. Another discussion, another show.
We'll make that a topic.
Porn tech. We could do porn tech. How about those?
We could do porn
dolls?
games. If you've ever gone to Steam and looked
Steam?
at the porn game library, it's pretty intense.
True story.
And they just show it all too.
Yeah.
True story. My uncle is the inventor of Leisure Suit Larry.
Godfrey's camera just froze. This is why we're doing a little pre-show test. There it goes. His internet is dial-up. He goes through AOL.
Yeah.
I am the one dude that will not cheap out on internet. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So here's what'll be great. When I go to clip the show for like TikTok or something, it'll be when his thing is frozen.
Yeah.
Here's what sucks about Twitch. I'm going to show you guys real fast that instead of showing the Pride Heart that apparently Ron put up, it just says Pride Heart. So apparently VMix has an issue with
come over to the Facebook stream, Ron. There's 4 other people
emojis. But yeah, so I had to let Toxic Mom know that we are in here. We're going to give this just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to get started to make sure everything is good and people are ready to go. Got to wipe off the podcasting cobwebs.
Yeah. Has it been a year or two?
Jesus Christ. Don't remind me. Yes. How old is my daughter? It's been...
There's Ron.
I had to wait until she was old enough that I could come down here and... oh, that's not nice. Wait, we'll show what that just happened as we do a little pre-show banter. And now we could see that you just gave us middle fingers. That's not very nice. I did have a shot and a half. I don't have Jim. I have this. Godfrey is frozen again.
Yeah, Godfrey, are you still there? Great so far.
Godfrey, are you still there? All right, we're gonna wait until Godfrey gets back before we start. But doing this show, it brought back some fond memories of doing show outlines. I was very happy to kind of reminisce over what has happened over the past. How many months are we into 2024? I can't do math in my head right now. 8 months. I was kind of reliving, where we're at and what we've got going on. But yeah, so we got a good show for you to start it off. I think that as we get moving, the wheels rolling on this show, you're gonna see a lot more. Get all of our social media updated and everything. My microphone's a little low. There we go. Can we get it? Yeah. I'm the host. My microphone has to be the beefiest.
Yeah. Now I hear that bass in your voice.
All right. Godfrey is still stone cold solid. Just sitting there.
They text you at least?
I knew it was going to be Godfrey. Let me text him. My mother says, put some enthusiasm in your voice. Wait until we get live. That's where the enthusiasm. That's when the
haven't started.
Adrenaline. We haven't started.
Game.
I'm super glad that I had this idea last minute to go live before the show and do some pre-show banter.
We could just do the whole show with him like that and never mention it. Just we don't talk about it. It's just a man in the middle of it.
There he is. That AOL internet I mean, you've got dial up. And then we can't hear him again.
And his light's different. Like, was he streaming from his phone? His camera's suddenly better. I think he did do something.
He's probably going from his phone now.
Yeah, he definitely called. His camera's better all of a sudden.
Hello?
There you go. Hello? There you go. I hear you. What happened?
My webcam was losing power in and out and was making me freeze up. So I had to switch to my webcam on my laptop.
It looks way better.
Yeah, better camera.
It shouldn't, but it is now.
How is your camera losing power? That's a weird thing.
Overuse from live streaming swingers sessions. I don't know.
I just noticed on cam that I've got some juicy lips. Just putting that out there. All right. Wow. So before we go live, for anybody that's tuned in that used to be a listener of Deviant Gamer, I'm going to show this off because I'm not showing it off during the show. But my wedding ring, my beautiful wife.
Is that the Schwartz stone?
She bought this for me. It is the World of Warcraft. I can't. It's not going to show it. It's the World of War. There it is. You can see the Horde symbol. And it says on the inside. Oh, wait. Can I get that? Is this camera good enough? Oh, it says for the Horde.
It's going to be backwards, though. Yeah, it's reversed.
No. I got to just flip it over. No, it's going to be. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
For the Horde. Best wedding ring ever. All right. I think we're all set. Godfrey looks amazing with this new camera. The lighting looks better. I feel like I'm on a OnlyFans site with just him.
Well, yeah, and it's a little low angle, almost as if
right. It's like that POV,
you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they want to be that angle, you know.
All right, and before we start the show, I would like to say, stay tuned after the show. Follow me on Twitch, I should say. It's Toxic Spunk on Twitch. Afterwards, I'm going to be streaming World of Warcraft. I don't know if I know Godfrey won't be joining. I don't know if Mark's going to be joining. But I will be there with Dave. Are you going to be joining?
For a while?
I'll be playing.
Yes.
I'll be playing Stratego.
Well, Dave's got a new account. We're going to walk him. We're going to help him out with his new account.
You can level in the echoes. We could talk about this during the show.
Okay. All right.
I've seen level 10s out in the echoes.
Oh, boy. All right. So we're going to get started. I'm going to put up the starting soon screen. By the way, just one more chance with the crowd here because we've got a decent amount of people waiting for the show. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes, they sound good. Does everybody's mic levels sound okay? Does the audio sound okay? I'm looking at you, Toxic Mom and Toxic Queen.
Yeah, she's the only one talking.
Yeah, Toxic
5
Mom's
other
there.
Creepers in the chat. Yeah, no.
But let me know if the microphones sound okay. No echoes. No. Nobody over volumed or anything. Just getting 2 middle fingers. Is that his way of acknowledging?
We ask questions. The word sounds good.
I cut out a few times. Ooh, that's bad.
I think my camera should be flipped around.
All right, I think that we're good with my microphone for the recording, but if it cuts out, I'm gonna try and fix that. That's weird that it's doing that. Shouldn't be doing that. Maybe my gain is my limiter gate's a little too too high. I don't know. I'll turn my volume up. The feed cut out. No, it's probably your phone, I'd imagine. But we're gonna barrel through. We're gonna see what happens. Not worried about the feed. I mean, I am worried about the feed for you guys that are watching live, but we're really pushing for the audio afterwards when we upload it to the podcast servers and the video clips that hopefully I'll be able to get edited tomorrow to go up on our social media. So, all right, we're at 8. We're at 8:15. We're shooting for a 9 o'clock, 9:15 end to the show. So
we don't have anything to do. I just got to take a sexual harassment training for work. I'm good.
We're just going to leave that there. We're going to leave that there. Okay, guys.
We'll cut that in post.
Mute your microphones, and we'll be right back.
Like, yeah.
We'll be right back. Oh my God. Here we go. Hello and welcome to the Deviant Gamer Podcast, a podcast that covers everything video game related, news, previews, reviews, and our own stupid opinions on video games. We welcome you and thank you for joining us for this, I guess it's funny to say it, a reboot of the podcast. We are so happy to be back, and joining me, obviously, if you didn't already know, the man, Demonoid. What's up, dude?
What's going on, brother? Good to be back.
Oh my God, I literally just got chills all throughout my body.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on a special site that just makes me feel all gooey inside. Anyway, so thank you for joining us. But also, it's not just me and Demonoid here to give you our bullshit opinions on video games. We've also got our very own Thee Godfrey.
What's up, everybody?
No stranger to podcasting. Godfrey, name all the podcasts either you're on currently or have been a part of.
Oh, I mean, it's not that.
I mean, Taking It Deep with Thee Godfrey, which is, oh my God, that was a classic.
Yeah.
What are the other ones?
Versions of that.
All three versions.
Sideline, football. It's a football podcast, Eagles podcast, Whole Birds Deep, right now, and I've been on something called First Opinion or something like that. Oh, Cheap Seats.
There you go. So when, and I know it's not going to be during this show, but when we do anything sports related, whether it's NHL, Madden, I'd say even wrestling, we expect you to be the expert in that. Okay, we expect to hear all of your witty insights. Let me just tell you how
Mike was drunk, and he was like, I play Madden now, and I haven't played for like 6 years, and I destroyed his life. He was kind of half drunk. But it was just funny.
Wait. I don't
he's
think I
like-
was half
he's
drunk.
like, now I play football, and I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I just, it was like 42-7. I was like,
I don't
knew
think I was half.
I was like,
I
no
think I
way.
was literally passing out in my recliner as we were playing. I think that's how it went. I don't think I was half drunk. I think I was.
You kept giving me
shit-faced.
an insulted look every time I scored a touchdown. You felt insulted.
So, as we get this show started, just so you know, for all the new listeners that are here, we welcome you. For all the old listeners, thank you for returning. Deviant Gamer, the previous version, was amazing. We loved it. It was great, but life gets in the way. All right, and not in a bad way. I don't mean that negatively. I got married. I have a daughter. I have a son. Things happen. Demonoid has a brand new daughter in his life. Things happen where we can't really juggle everything, and for a gamer, it becomes way difficult. Godfrey, how many kids you got?
0. I'm undefeated.
Are you? Are you sure?
Not that I know of. I mean, there could be a couple out there, but I don't think so.
But,
I know. I would have to pay money, so they would find me. Anybody would find me.
I'll tell you what. Funny you say that. I've got a lot of friends right now that are doing that Ancestry.com, and they are learning some crazy shit of like who their real dads are or their estranged siblings. One day there might be somebody who does one of those Ancestry.com things and comes at your doorstep and goes, "Daddy."
Yeah. I'm gonna challenge it in court.
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna challenge it right there. No. But no, this time around, we're looking to take it to the next level. We're looking up not only our podcasting game, our social media presence with TikTok, with YouTube. Just stay tuned. We're looking to take this to the next level, like we do with everything in our lives. The show, if you don't know, looks to cover everything in video game, the whole gaming world. We're talking about console, PC, VR, MR, board games. Yes, I know our icon has a controller on it, but there are times when we're going to cover board games. Me and Demonoid, and Godfrey has been a part of this too, have played some amazing board games in the last year. Coming over here, doing it at campgrounds. We've gotten into everything from getting back into Magic the Gathering to Heroes of Barcadia. If you don't know what that is, look it up. What other games? The Lich King game we've played in board games. Is there anything else?
Dice Throne.
Oh my God. Dice Throne.
That was
oh
the
Jesus.
game.
That was the one where our buddy Guido came over and got obsessed with it, but refused to buy his own. I'm calling him out.
I mean, that's Guido.
Refused to buy his own.
He's playing Rust. I just saw it pop up in the corner.
Refused to buy his own. And we also went to PAX Unplugged, which was really, really cool. Board games, it's nice, and card games, it's nice to kind of unplug from video games sometimes and play across from somebody, even though there are ways to play these games online. Yeah, whatever. So first thing we usually do when we start a show, other than just kind of bullshit, sometimes we do a shot of Jim Beam. I know that Jim Beam is in the house today. It's over there with Demonoid. Jim Beam was a staple before. I've got the cheap version of Jim Beam, which is Evan Williams, because I'm thrifty. But what we used to do is we used to go over what we've been playing. So we're going to start it off just like that. What we've been playing, it'll kind of give you an insight of our gaming likes and dislikes. Oh, wait a second. Should we go over that first, guys? Should we go over like what our preferences are? I think so for the new audience. Let's pause for a second. Let's backtrack and go over that. So for everybody tuning in for the first time, myself, I'm a huge Xbox guy. I do not like PlayStation, even though I have a PlayStation, even though there are games I will play on PlayStation, like God of War, like Horizon. There's a couple others. What's the little guy's name? God damn, I play him. The little robot guy. Can't think of his name. Somebody in the chat room help me with him. But I play that, or I play Spider-Man. but I'm really an Xbox guy. So everything on there, like Gears of War, Halo, and stuff like that. But I play primarily on PC, and I'll get into what I've been playing. But that's basically my video games, what I'm into. Go ahead, Godfrey. What about you?
I like a lot of old school retro games, like Nintendo, Sega. I probably have 50 cartridges in my living room. I have the ultimate man cave. Mike has never been here because he's a bad friend. But
I'm looking at the background in your video. I don't look at that. There's no man cave there.
this is
Yeah,
my
right there in the
bedroom, my
closet.
living room. Yeah, my living room. But I like Xbox. I'm an Xbox guy. I'm not a big PS guy. I prefer the Xbox Live, Game Pass, console, all that. I'm not a PC guy. So I'm a video game guy. Although I'm
Gotcha.
okay with PC, but nothing wrong with it. But I've been forced into buying some games by Toxic Mike and Demonoid, and they never played it with me again. And hey guys, try this. All right, you just got to level up to like
Well, you want
59 before you can get to us. I'm like, all right, cool.
you want a game that you buy and you start playing that will never, well, not never. We won't dip out because we go back and forth, but we will always play when it's hot. World of Warcraft. Demonoid, what about you in terms of your gaming preferences?
So I'm going to be the same as you. Obviously, PC. Everybody started with Xbox, and before that, like Godfrey said, I mean, yeah, that's not me. Yeah, no, I mean, I've been gaming since, like Godfrey said, NES, Sega, all that stuff. But as far as consoles, last thing I had was an Xbox, and then once you go to PC, you never go back. I don't, at least. But we'll talk about later. I think you're going to bring it
Yeah.
up is
Yeah.
Xbox and being able to play and all that stuff. But for now, I'm just PC, and also phone games. I mean,
Own.
you play. I think you stream real games through your phone. I just find phone games on the App Store
Oh, no,
whenever
yeah, I've got the
Guido sends
G
a
Cloud.
recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I'm
I
phone
got the
games,
Xbox Game
PC.
Pass. I can stream that on my phone. If you got the right phone, you
We're
can
going
do
to
it.
talk about
So,
Game
Yeah.
Pass on today's show also. One thing I did forget was VR. I always forget VR, but VR is a huge
yeah.
part of my gaming. I've got the Quest 3. I don't know if you can't see it behind me. There you go. He's got the Rift. Quest 3. I've got all iterations all the way from the Oculus Go all the way to the Quest 3. Huge fan of VR gaming, but also as a dad and a family man, the MR applications of Quest have really made it a daily used item in my household in terms of being able to watch TV or play a game while I'm upstairs with the kids while they're watching something like Bluey. Like, it's just amazing. Again, a topic for another time because we will cover that in full. But now we're going to get into what we normally get into as we start the show, which is what we've been playing. And you know what? Godfrey's the new head here. I want to put. And he's got his soundboard. I did not know that. And Godfrey, what have you been playing? Have you been playing anything recently?
man, I just been really busy. So another category I didn't bring up that I like and I pay attention to is I've been playing my arcade one-up X-Men.
Oh,
X-Men
nice.
game. The classic 4-player mutant. Just been so busy, so I haven't been able to like sit down and turn on the Xbox. But that's like a quick hitter that I got right near my kitchen, and the dog's out back, and I just grab a couple games on there. So that's really what I'm playing right now. I've been playing around with like a lot of retro stuff, like Raspberry Pi, like pirated games, plugging in the TV because they're quick. Like some of the modern day games. I don't know. There's quick hitters, but I just feel like it's more involved.
Yeah. That's pretty much it for you right now?
But I do love Halo, and I'm a Battlefield 4 guy, not a COD guy, for the record.
Really? Battlefield?
Yeah.
There's not many. I
I've
mean,
always-
in my circle of guys that I play with, that sounded really dirty. I do not know many that. I do not know many that play.
My
Battlefield.
circle. Yeah, well, the thing is, I started on Battlefield when all that glitchy stuff happened with COD, where like you can get the unlimited call-ins and all that and everything. I was like, you know what, screw this game. And Battlefield was more realistic. Like I wanted to play a game where a guy couldn't run across the field and get shot 20 times to survive still and kill you with a headshot.
Mm-hmm.
And Battlefield was
Called
way
you
more
out right there.
realistic.
Yeah.
So
Ron in the chat room's calling you
Yeah.
out. Says that means he's just
Actually-
bad at COD.
actually not true, because what I was going to say, to finish that up is I bought the last COD before that, and I felt really great about it, and it was a lot better than the older ones. And I don't suck on there. I will get you between the eyes.
Oh, ew.
I'm a sniper.
Okay.
Sniper and a stabber.
Yeah, Battlefield runs right. It hasn't been good since Bad Company, the old Xbox console.
I thought the
ones.
one
They were
before the
great.
last one was pretty good. Not this one released. The release before, I thought that was the best one in a long time. And I'm a harsh critic.
Which one's the latest Battlefield?
Is it Black Ops? It was.
don't
They
even
cycle
know.
the same titles.
Oh.
Here.
All right. Well, let's get. What? What are you reaching for? I'm so afraid of what he's going to come back on camera with.
The last one I played was Modern Warfare 2. That was the one before. I think the last one is Ops.
Okay.
Pulling this out.
Okay. Oh, COD. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Love
So,
Halo, though.
Demonoid, what you been playing?
So I mean, I'm World of Warcraft again. You sucked me back in, so I've been playing that. Previous to that, I was doing a little bit of Satisfactory, which is a strange game, interesting game, where you build factories. You're like I don't know how to explain it. Kind of mixing like Subnautica with Minecraft with, I don't know, like a math game. You literally need to build factories, input certain, not equations, but like put the right amount of materials into certain buildings to produce other buildings. It sounds terrible when you're explaining it. Other people could probably explain it a lot better, or just go watch a trailer of it. But it's strangely the name of the game, like when you finally finish something, like that's an insane. Like I don't do that stuff. My shit looks crazy, but like this, like that's what mine stuff looks like. Just a line. And so that's like the things the guy's making shit. It's going into a storage facility for him to pick up later, and then go build stuff with it. But this is what
you
you
really
do,
do like the sim like building survival games. And
yeah, I'm into that.
I'm looking at this. You know what it's making me think of is Pow World, kind of in a way, like that with that conveyor belt and everything.
Where you make the pals exactly. That's kind of exactly what it is. I mean, there's power in this. There's, like I said, it's mathy. Like you need to be efficient to put the right amount of materials in to get the right amount of stuff out. And like I said, I don't know. It's weird. It seems confusing and seems hard and seems stupid, but when you finish a loop, like when you get a little factory, quote unquote, factory set up, and it's producing what you need for your next quest, you could just walk away. It makes it on its own. You just go about questing, doing other stuff, and the factory is running. You come back and pick up the stuff the factory made, and you turn in your
Is there
quest.
ever a game or board game that you play that you're like, fuck this is too hard, and you just walk away? Like you're just like, I'm done. This is ridiculous.
I mean, usually any game that just kind of starts off that's like shitty, that's like a beta release, like a release, but it's not done. It's usually, I remember Fallout 76 was hard as fuck, and we just walked away from it.
Oh, y'all, that's another one that I just played the shit out of, and then just quit because I kind of beat it almost, basically.
Yeah.
But
cool.
What he was saying, Outward is a game that's like what he said. It's unplayable if you're not good at games. Yeah. It's so punishing. Like even at level 1, you walk out and just get smoked. Like it's bad game.
The one thing that I'm thinking
of, other than that, WoW, Satisfactory.
When I look at games like Satisfactory, it's like almost like a game that's like a meditating game. It seems like, you know, it's very soothing and relaxing to just sit there and play because you're just kind of building, and over time you see it grow. It's that almost like any kind of sim game, really. Am I correct in my assumption there or no?
Yeah, no, that's what it is. Like it seems once you get the hang of it and you start having fun with the building, you build a factory to do your task, and you realize I can do that better, and you dismantle it all and then rebuild it and do something different, and you do it again. So it's one of them things that if you're like, I don't know what kind of addictive personality, whatever, but like just building constantly, it's cool.
All right, is that it for you?
Yeah, that WoW, Satisfactory, and phone games. That's it.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be WoW as well. I mean, you know, you go back to WoW nonstop, especially with the expansion coming out. Like literally, what is it? Less than a month away. I mean, everybody's kind of jumping back in WoW, even though there isn't much to do. They do have the what's the event going on right now called?
Radiant Echoes.
Radiant Echoes going on.
Yes, radio
I'm
netcode.
spending my time working on transmogs, getting new gear in terms of just make myself look cool. I do like the trials of style. Is that what it's called? Because I usually win
Yeah.
that thing going in there and just kind of putting on my transmog. But
You're
that's
the
where
only one
I've
in
been.
there.
What's that?
You're the only one in there.
Yeah, I am. Just shut up. You're such an ass. Another game that I've been playing, and really the only reason I played this is because it was free, like a week or two on Twitch for download through Prime Gaming, and that is Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. I know when it came out, it was like just poo-pooed all over the place. I am surprised at how much fun, how great the voice acting is, the storyline getting started is, and literally just we're watching a video right now where the shark guy is just destroying people. And I heard it's very repetitive, but it is one of those fighter games where just fighting is fun. The combos are fun. What you do is fun. The visuals are fun. So when I'm not playing WoW or when I just want to sit down and relax with a controller, this is what I'm doing right now. It's a lot of fun. I think you can get it when it's on sale for super cheap. And if anybody out there is looking for something like this, especially you can play multiplayer if other people have it and team up as 4 people, which I think would be fucking amazing, but I know there's no way I'm getting Demonoid to buy this game and no way I'm getting Guido to buy this game. And I can already look at Godfrey and say, I know he's out.
Well, it's funny you say that. I mean, this gameplay looks exactly like Crackdown from Xbox.
Yeah, that's
looks exactly like Prototype. And I loved those games. When you are that style of game, like a overpowered PC in a city like that where you're jumping around, I love that style of game.
Right, so that's what this is.
Actually.
And you get to level up, and it's all... Now, they do have the microtransactions. Every fucking game does nowadays. But...
it's annoying.
It is annoying. But, again, you can play without... It's all cosmetic. It's all, like, extra characters. So you don't have to do that. And the main Suicide Squad...
On, like, COD, they wanted you to buy a bunch of stuff, and then I was like, I don't care. I'm not buying it.
Right. As long as you can play the game. There's not much to it in terms of buying extra stuff, but also not much to it to the gameplay. It's one of those things that just once you learn it, it's just fun. It's just stupid. Like I was gonna say Crackdown as I started talking, so it's funny that Demonoid mentioned Crackdown.
That's the first thing I saw.
It reminds me a lot, and the fact that you could be like Harley Quinn, the Shark, Boomerang, Deadshot, and if you wanted to, you can buy the extra content and be Joker. And they have battle passes and all that kind of stuff. But the storyline, the animation, the voiceover is what really got me. If you've got good voice actors and good voiceover in your game, that means you took the extra time and effort to put a little extra care into it. So I was very happy with that. And each character that you choose is like a different class and has different abilities and has different, nuances to the character that's going to be different and it's going to help out. And if you play by yourself, the other ones do get taken over by AI. So I was going to buy that game when it first came out. It got such horrible reviews. I said, never mind. And then went back because it was free. But
I pulled it up on Steam to take a look at it, and yes, it's got some terrible reviews.
Yeah, terrible. I like it. I think it might be one of those guilty pleasure likes. You know what I mean? That gamers nowadays want more from their games, I think. Whereas I'm like, this is just stupid fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's not much to it. There's leveling up. There's gear. You get gear with stats. Like, it's just stupid fun. So that's my whole thing. There is crossplay to it as well, so you could play PC to Xbox to PlayStation. So, all right, I think that's about it for me and what I've been playing. There are other segments we're going to be bringing back to the show, like Back to the Retro, which we used to talk, and Godfrey will be able to shine in that part, I believe, where we talk about retro gaming and everything else. And we're going to do news and reviews, but for right now, I kind of brought up the whole fact of, like, this is kind of the part where we do that, but we're going to go over what's been happening in the game world, like go over some of the biggest things that have happened in video games in terms of game announcements or publisher announcements and stuff like that, kind of just to give us an overview and catch us up in 2024 to where we are now before we continue with this show. So first thing I got on the list, and I'm going to start off with Xbox because I'm sorry, all of you PlayStation fanboys, Xbox beat your ass. And they continue to do so with the stuff that I have right here. All right, so first off, from the Summer Game Showcase that happened just a couple of months back, I'm going to start off big. I'm going to go big dick black on everybody and bring up the back daddy. I love the little face Demonoid just made.
Oh, that caught me off guard. I was in Steam reading stuff for the next segment, and yeah, it's Big Dick Black.
But
right
the announcement came out: Gears of War E-Day. It's it's the story of where Marcus and Dom started. All right, and I'm just so hyped for this. What are they? I can't think of the word. Words are. I told you, cobwebs in my head. Origin story for Gears of War, going back to the old ways. Even the developers said they're going back to what they know works. I can't wait for this. This is going to be amazing. We're probably looking at a next year or maybe even 2 years from now release. Obviously, there was no release date. It was just a cinematic trailer. But they say that this is all with in-game engine. This is all with the latest Unreal Engine footage right here that we're looking at. If you haven't seen it, go over to youtube.com and just put in Gears of War E-Day. What are your guys' thoughts on Gears of War E-Day? Godfrey, have you ever played any of the Gears of War games?
I played one of them before, yeah. Multiplayer.
One of them or all of them? Because I mean, there's like what, 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get in a group of circle. There's that word circle again. Mike started that tonight. A group of individuals are like, "Yo, let's play Gears." Like, there's a few games, and that was one of those games. It was pretty cool when I played it. I mean,
yeah.
I'm trying to remember what console it was on. I do not think it was Xbox.
That had to have been Xbox.
It was.
Yeah,
Xbox,
it had to be.
yeah.
It had to be.
Yeah.
It's
I was
Xbox
going way too
exclusive.
far back.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
Demonoid,
But
your
I played
thoughts?
it. It was fun.
Oh yeah, no, played tons of Gears. It's like you said, it's a good co-op sit down split screen on the couch. Also was kind of mesmerized by that video there, but yeah, no, I mean that's a great sit on the couch after a couple beers, play with your buddies.
Oh my God.
Just go through a campaign. Love Gears. I'll be honest with you, hate the PvP.
Me too. I never played the PvP, but the story, and I've played through
Yeah.
all the stories up into the current one, even Hivebusters. But it's a lost art form, I think, in today's gaming world of having that couch co-op experience, even online experience where you're with 3 of your buddies. That's kind of like what I was going with Suicide Squad. 3 of your buddies going through a campaign, defeating bosses that you come up on, going through a game where it has you on rails, pointing you towards an end, and having that climax of an actual ending of a game, and just watching the credits go by. I mean,
Wow.
it's an amazing feeling. It's a great feeling of accomplishment, and to be able to have that climax with your buddies, unbelievable.
All right, take a break here.
Climax with your buddies? What the fuck is going on?
That's the name of this episode.
the clip of
Climax
this
with your
show.
buddies.
Oh, that's 100% the short coming out of this show.
Next one that came out that I think was
Wow.
amazing from that showcase that happened a couple months ago. Again, you're tuning in, you're like, this isn't latest news. We're talking about it now. Give us a break. Fable reboot, which Fable was another game that, oh my God, and I went right to Demonoid. Oh my God, back in the day, Xbox 360, all the Xbox iterations, Fable as an RPG game, just hours and hours and hours. I mean, there was one Fable where you actually got to have a wife, have sex with her, and have a baby. It was amazing, but you were able to like robe up, have your spells. You just run around casting craziness throughout the world. Open world as well. Just so many hours sunk into that. Did either Godfrey? Did you ever play Fable in your circle of guys?
Nope. I know of the game, just never played it. I've seen it. Seen the graphics. Looks pretty cool.
Demonoid?
No.
Oh yeah,
no circle
played
jerk
tons.
table.
Yeah. Now, this is one of those games where, like, I think I could be wrong here. Probably not the first, but one of the ones where the bigger emphasis on the good and evil thing, where you could change
Oh
your
yeah.
trajectory. If you were
Mm-hmm.
good,
Mm.
a lot of different
Oh, I
options
forgot
opened
about
up
that.
for
Yeah,
you.
your
Yeah,
decisions made
they
a
focused on
difference.
that. Yeah, they focused on that big time.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
And there was one where they had a dog with it, so it was like your companion, and that was one of the when that one came out, I forget the name of that one, but when that one came out, that was like the big selling point was that you had a companion with you, a little pet, a little doggy. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, looking at this, if this was in any way, shape, or form what the game is going to look like, holy crap! And why does that look like a woman with a beard? Anyway,
I thought it was Asmon.
shots fired. Shots come at us, bro. Anyway, so there's so much more that was announced at that Gamescom, but really, I'm gonna just skip forward because we've got a lot to package into this first episode, and go straight to an announcement that only happened a couple of weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks ago, where Xbox announced that you were going to be able to play Xbox without a console. Godfrey, do you know about this? I'm looking at
Heard
you.
about it. They're taking over like Sega tried to do, but Sega was, as a kid, I actually lived on the West Coast and had the talked about Sega Channel,
Right.
cable TV, and it was sick. And that was like the mid '90s. So this is kind of akin to that, but way more expansive. So
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Oh
They're
my
gonna
God,
get in everybody's living room. They're gonna take over now.
Yeah.
It's
It's
pretty much
unbelievable.
takeover.
I'm super excited. I've already gone ahead and bought my my Fire Stick because it needs a 4K Fire Stick. I've already gone ahead and gotten that and hooked it up upstairs. But they're selling it as stream Xbox game, no console required. You just need an Xbox controller, Fire Stick 4K Max, and Game Pass. This is a game changer of the utmost craziness. Like the more that they add to their Game Pass library and enable people to play streaming, the fact that you no longer need a console, a hard drive, it's ridiculous. And if people don't
It's
know
gonna
already,
change it.
yeah, if
It's
people
gonna
don't know
change it.
already,
You know,
Xbox consoles, Xbox sells them at a loss, like every single one. You eliminate that, and Demonoid, what did you say they're doing? You said this to me.
Oh, they're printing money. Yeah, they're printing money. I mean,
Yeah.
You're the one that
Well,
told me, but I didn't
that's
know
always a
consoles were a
loss.
loss.
That's always a loss leader
Yeah,
anyway. They
I
know
wasn't
they
aware
win.
of that.
Wait, talking over people. What were you gonna say, Demonoid?
No, I was just saying I wasn't aware that consoles were a loss. I mean, you were the one that told me about that. I figured consoles were a big selling point, but I guess it's just the consumables or whatever afterwards, the games.
Yeah, the games and the accessories that they sell for them are what they make their money off of, and the kickback that they get from the publishers for allowing them on their platform. And every time a game sells their game, that's why games are $70 now. Just like with any other app store, Xbox gets a cut of that. But also on top of that, now that they've got Game Pass, I mean, just printing money, and then they add this, it's ridiculous. And PlayStation isn't touching even an ounce of any of this market. Like there's no way
It's
they're
never
doing
gonna
that.
happen anyway. PlayStation made
Yeah, are they even planned?
the Walkman and
even
stuff like that.
sniffing that?
This is I mean,
What was
their
that?
online. I love their online. That's why I was always an Xbox guy. I used to be a PS
Oh,
guy until the disc reader thing started happening, and I was like, I'm out of here. It took you 2 weeks to get your Sony PlayStation back, and this is like early 2000s.
yeah.
You get your Xbox back with the Red Ring of Death, 3 days.
Oh my God.
3 days.
And
So
really, you said it correctly. When Xbox started going online with Xbox Live, I was the first one in line to get that shit. I was the first one out of all of my friends to get that shit. They were able to fine tune online gaming, being able to talk in and out of games, going in and out of games with your buddies. They perfected that way before PlayStation ever did, and gave it a quality finish more than PlayStation did. PlayStation had a lot of catching up to do. PlayStation always did epic, crazy first-party games, and that was their biggest selling point, like because they were around for so long. But Xbox just destroyed them. So, and then finally,
Yeah.
okay, what were we gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the natural progression. I mean, they're going to spend less money. You're not going to have to, game publishers aren't going to have to make as many physical games. It's probably going to hurt like traditional brick and mortar stores to an extent.
Oh,
And
destroy them. The fact that
yeah, and
GameStop is still around.
I know.
yeah, well, you got the meme stock, right? So I mean, they're getting into other stuff like trading your trading cards and stuff like that. I noticed the other day, but I feel like when you look at Xbox, you know, PlayStation had a window where it could kind of compete, and then Xbox was like, I'm gonna go on the online world, and then PlayStation 2 had this crazy, like stupid Ethernet adapter and just was like way behind the times.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the games too, it's gonna change this aspect if people aren't thinking about it. I remember when the first iPhone came out, and I was always been a super big phone nerd. I worked at AT&T for years, and we would hack the iPhone because we couldn't get the games we wanted and the things on it, but it had the potential behind it. Then they came out with the App Store, and no one was hacking their iPhone anymore, or not nearly as much, right? And that's the same thing here. I think like you're going to see a lot more retro games released because they're just the profitability is going to be there for so many platforms for them to be on. You're going to see a lot more games you never thought to be played ever on like a Fire Stick, and because in the pirated portion of gaming, I think is going to go away a lot because it's going to make the access so much easier to get to it.
Yeah.
It's going to be everywhere all the time, anytime. Now it's your phone, your Fire Stick. It does. There's almost nowhere. It's going to be almost in a future where there's nowhere you can't continue your game.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You can
Quick-
leave your
quick-
house, go to your car, all that.
Yeah. Quick trivia. What was the app called that was when you jailbroke your iPhone to get all the hacked apps on it?
I
Let's
should know
see,
that
let's
too.
see.
But
Jailbreak,
jailbreak,
Not
right?
knife.
Cydia.
Cydia, yeah,
The app
yeah.
was Cydia. Cydia.
You jailbreak
You-
and use Cydia, yeah.
Yeah, and back in the day, iPhone 2 or 3, it was just jailbreak my iPhone, the website, and you just slid the bar and it jailbroke your iPhone. Oh my God, those are the days.
Yeah. Though, I worked on the other side of that, and I would laugh when I'd be like, "Oh, my iPhone just stopped working." I'm like, did it catch the Cydia? They're like, "What? What?" I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go to the Apple store for this, sir. We can't warranty phones out here at AT&T through Apple. It's their choice.
That's hilarious.
Fuck you,
All right.
fuck you later.
I know we talked a little trash on PlayStation at the beginning of this episode, but we do showcase and also do play some PlayStation games. I will say that personally. I do still have my PlayStation and play it when the good games come out. This is one of the good games. The fact that God of War Ragnarok is coming out, they announced this. Where did they announce this? A State of Play a little while back, that God of War Ragnarok would be coming to PC. They always release it on PlayStation first. That's where you got to get it, just like with Spider-Man or all the other God of Wars. Then they will release it on PC. I will tell you this. I played the last God of War. I think it was God of War 2018 or something like that. I played that on PC. Oh, my God. The graphical enhancement, the frames per second, like everything was just so polished. It was so nice. Now, with the state of PlayStations nowadays and their hardware, it's kind of hand in hand, but still looks amazing and nice to play on a PC. But God of War Ragnarok, I did play through this, the entire game, all the way to the end, beat it. Oh, dude, just a single-player masterpiece is this game. The acting, the fine-tuning that they took meticulously with every movement of every bit of every person in this game. And you stop and look. The craziness with video games to me sometimes is that, like, we're watching a video right now, and like this is such a minute part of the game that you beat the characters and you're by it in 2 seconds. You're not spending a lot of time in one place. It's running through these maps. But if you do stop and just look at every little rock, every little stone, every little plant, every little foliage, every little puddle, it's just mind-bending. The level of detail that developers put into every game nowadays, knowing that you're only going to see it for a split second. This game, I couldn't give it any more praise It was one of those deals where I was kind of bummed when it was over. I was happy that I beat it, but then I was like, it's over. Luckily, they've been putting out some extra content for it that I have to go back into, but amazing. So that's a really cool thing.
Are you the type to play? Are you the type that will play a game again after you beat it?
No, I do not
Me
revisit it.
neither.
The only way I will revisit it, and for the most part, it's been Gears of War, is if I have somebody else to play. If I played through it either with one person and now there's another person that wants to play through it, or if I played through it by myself and somebody else wants to experience it, because I think the high now gets to be showing that person, and going through that experience with them. But in terms of playing through it myself, no. I'm also not somebody who is a completionist. I don't have to uncover every little rock. I don't have to uncover every little. I don't have to do every side quest. I want to know the main story. Toxic Queen, my wife, she literally is that person. And playing through like Borderlands with her is sometimes biting my nails in terms of I just want to continue. I just want to get through. I just want to kill things. And she's like, let's go look over here. Let's go look over here. But yeah. Demonoid, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, I used to be a completionist, like way back, like GTA Vice City. For getting 100% completion, you would get things like, and I remember for that particular game, like doing the ambulance missions was terrible. Something about saving patients in a certain amount of time. Just we're talking way back. I mean, what was Vice City? Fucking 20, 25 years ago now,
Jesus
I guess.
Christ,
I don't
we're
know.
old.
Yeah, no, we're very old, but not a completionist anymore. But what I like, what you said about replaying a game, New Game Plus. Like if a game gives you New Game Plus, where you get to start over but bring your character back, so it's kind of silly
With all of
because
its
you're like a
abilities.
god, basically. Yeah, you're basically a god, but it's fun to just kind of go through and try
Yeah.
some things you haven't done yet as a god, essentially walking through level 1 as a level 50, per se. So I like
Yeah.
that. I'll play if it gives you New Game Plus. I'll replay something.
Yeah, Toxic Queen's in the chat room saying it's so annoying because she likes to discover everything, and I'm sitting there just, come on. Let's go.
See, that's odd to me, Mike, because you're the one that hates me and Guido for skipping cutscenes and everything.
No,
Like we're the ones
again,
that want to rush.
I said I want to
rush.
do the story.
Yeah.
Remember, I want to get to the next story point. I want to know where the game is taking me. I want to know what we're going to be discovering next. I want to know what the next interaction is going to be. I want the story. I'm so story driven with games. I want to know what's next. What are we going to do next? Where are we going next? What planet are we going to? Who are we talking to? What character are we going to discover? So again, in terms of let's go. Yeah, let's go. It's let's go to see what's around the corner. What are we going to discover? Not let's go look at this dumpster to see what's in it. Let's go look. There's an alleyway over here, but you know that the game wants you to go this way. Well, let's go look in this alleyway. No. Moving forward, I do want to give a little bit of love to VR, and luckily we get to do that with VR, PlayStation VR, PSVR 2. I almost said PC. PlayStation VR 2 in the way of Behemoth, which was announced as well. And this is one that people are looking forward to. PlayStation VR, off to a rocky start. It hasn't been doing that great, but it's starting to pick up steam. They did just reduce the cost, I think, by like $100. But Behemoth is supposed to be one of those AAA titles from the developers of The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, which is an amazing game in itself for VR. If you have a VR headset, that's definitely one to check out. But Behemoth has been one that people are really hammering for. And as we look at this gameplay, which is a lot of sword action, it looks a lot like Blades and Sorcery.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but with giant monsters, as we see this giant behemoth just come out of nowhere. But if you didn't know, the PlayStation VR, it's tethered to the PlayStation, so everything that you play is going to be high quality, high fidelity, AAA game style, not like a Quest 3 where it's mobile. but also it has the face haptics. So if somebody hits you in the face with a sword, you pretty much feel it. So another thing to think about in PlayStation VR. But looking at this, you could just, it's so hard to gauge how something's going to feel in VR watching it on flat screen. But for anybody that's played VR, you can kind of ascertain how that feeling's going to be looking at that giant behemoth over top of you. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, am I going to get this? Nope. Let's rewind. It's a giant behemoth, and he was coming up with his foot right here. Now imagine this in VR, and you look up, and this guy's about to step on you. So that's definitely one that people are looking forward to.
I haven't played. I know it's been out for a while, but the Halo VR, that looks pretty. I hear it's pretty fun.
Halo VR.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of that.
I think you might be talking, if you've seen it online or
Like
on any
mod?
videos, I think what you're talking about is there's a mod. So there's no actual Halo VR, but actually we had talked about this
Are
on
you
a
sure,
previous
brother?
podcast. What it is, and I'm going to pull it up right now. Let me see if I can find it. It's a game called Contractors.
I feel like something same came out with that though.
No. So it's a game called Contractors, and I'm going to pull it up. It's Contractors in VR. So Contractors allows you to do mods. And I've been in here, and it's unbelievable to see it and to see these maps that you know from your Halo days. I got to go through the ads. Fucking ads.
I don't know, man. I think you could play Halo in VR. I'm looking at it right now. Are you sure about that?
You're looking at something similar to this?
Doo-doo-doo. Yeah.
Yeah, this
But
is Contractors.
But it says you could play. So I guess it's like a ripoff.
It's not. It's a ripoff, but not a ripoff. What it is
It's a mod.
It's a mod. So you get in, you got the skins, you got the maps, and you can play Halo in VR. Now there might be a mod for Halo on PC to play it in VR. I don't know. I haven't looked into that, and I don't know how the controls, because the controls are pretty wonky when you do stuff like that. I do know that in Contractors, they do a fantastic job. It's not raining on your parade because it is amazing. Like, it is unbelievable. And anybody that has a VR headset, especially a Quest 3, because you can do it on Quest 3, should definitely try it out. It's an unbelievable experience. I mean,
I want to see more games like this on VR, like, you know, the classics on there.
Right.
I think sports.
Me and Demonoid, we did Warcraft in VR. And that's because VR Chat has a whole mod, an area where you can visit Dalaran and Orgrimmar in VR. So it's unbelievable what you're able to do. But the fact that you can go in VR, and even though it might not be the actual game, to experience these places, it's a mod, but to experience these places and to walk right up to an orc and just stare them dead in the face, it's unbelievable. What they're doing with VR and the experiences you can have in these places is like no other. So it's definitely, there's definitely a place for this.
I can't wait for them to do VR with UFC and football.
They do it.
That's going to be sick. No, but not UFC. They do MMA.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not UFC. It's MMA.
Yeah,
where you could sit courtside and it's yeah.
Even they've done it with WWE a little bit, but they started doing it with the pay-per-views. I think that kind of scares TV providers or stadium people because you get the smells of the stadium and the atmosphere and it's great, but what if it's a really hot day and you could just do it in VR, air conditioned in your house and not pay $20 for a beer? I mean, I'm down. Baseball, any
for
sport.
Concerts. The fact that you could pay a discounted price, even if the tickets for the event are like $75 to get the nosebleeds, to get front row for $75 and have it be VR. They just set up a camera in the front row for a concert, for a sporting event, anything. It changes the game and brings in a whole new level of revenue for the corporation. I think it's a no-brainer.
And this is why you want net neutrality, by the way. Look it up because this affects gamers. Because they'll start saying, take it from a guy who worked for a tech company, AT&T.
Right.
And when I was literally in a meeting with our senior VP, and he said, "Guys, we can't do unlimited data anymore. We're running out of internet.
Right.
We don't have enough bandwidth." The dude at AT&T literally said that. I just want you to think about that, like the level of bullshit that is. They were basically saying, well, minutes became worthless because everybody stopped making phone calls and they started texting and they started using data, and they had to figure out ways to make more revenue. So they said, let's tier data plans. I was there. I was behind the scenes. I'm telling you, that's exactly why they did it. T-Mobile is the only reason you have unlimited data now, because they brought it back. Otherwise, they would have kept doing it. But
corporations would love to fuck us.
Net neutrality right now, if you're a streamer, just imagine if you're playing a game and a guy has an advantage over you competitively because his service is getting throttled or you have to buy an $80 higher package, than the other one because they're going to prioritize speeds in a way. And they kind of already do that now, but they're going to give people like order of priority. And, the argument for not having net neutrality is simple. They say it will stifle innovation, which to me is code for we won't be able to make money any way we want to. And the difference here is this, and I won't bore anybody more with this, is that when the FCC has them classified as a public utility almost in layman's terms, so therefore certain things can be regulated. Then another administration said, no, we'll go back to Title I, and then that gives the company power to do whatever they want. And so with streaming, as much as it's going on with watching TV and playing games, especially if you're doing over the Fire Stick, etc., anybody that's a gamer should be for net neutrality because it's going to keep you from getting exploited more than we already do in some areas as far as what we pay. You know what I mean?
This special announcement has been brought to you by Thee Godfrey. Thank you, Thee Godfrey, for filling us in on net neutrality. I was gonna have such a good I was gonna have such a good segue into the VR section. Anyway, so I love you, man. But sticking with VR. And going with Meta, because Meta is the number one VR right now. If you want to argue with me, you can fight me on the sidelines.
Meta. If I have a Meta 2, am I missing out? Do I have to
without a Meta 3? Absolutely. The fact that they did color pass through and everything they're doing with mixed reality through the headset, you are 100% missing out. I think that was a game changer. It was a game changer. I forget how much they are. What, $400? I think right now. $500. Well worth it. Meta announced that they would be opening up their MetaQuest software to third parties as the Meta Horizon OS. So other headsets could use their OS. Apps could use their OS. I think that's huge. It's going to bring in new revenue for them. Also, set them up as the Microsoft to Apple's Vision Pro. Vision Pro right now being out for Apple and doing great, but horrible at gaming. That's going to be great. Meta announced, now going into video games, which is what I really wanted to get into. I don't know if you guys know about this, but Meta did announce at one of their last conferences the Batman game coming, which is Batman Arkham Shadows, which a lot of people, this is a true blue continuation of the Batman Arkham series, and but it is exclusive to VR and exclusive to Meta. People were very upset about this, who are huge fans of the Batman Arkham series, that it was going to be exclusive to VR. The main villain is the rat guy. I forget what the rat guy's name is. I'm not a huge Batman guy, but the rat guy. I love the games.
Recognize the rat guy.
I didn't recognize him either. Toxic Queen, the wife, she recognized him right away and was like, "Oh, it's that guy." And I was like, "Oh, I'm still gonna play it." Like, I know who Batman is. I know the main guys.
Are people upset about that, like being on Meta?
Yeah, they were upset. They were like, "I'm not. Why am I going to buy this? Why am I going to do this?" They're not going to shell out the money for what they thought was going to be a true blue. Oh, yeah, right there. MetaQuest 3.
How much is the game?
I'm guessing
$50?
the game AAA games for Meta right now are about the $50 range. So I'm guessing that's what it's going to be. But I'm hyped for it. I want to be Batman in VR. Who wouldn't want to be? Right?
I feel like that's big time motion sickness. For
but
the uninitiated.
right,
in
but me and
VR.
you have been out of the VR game in terms of playing video games for a while, so it takes a little bit of time to get your VR legs. I mean, I remember being in my apartment, sweating profusely while me and
Yeah.
Demonoid were playing probably like Arizona
Carnage-
Sunshine or something, or
Carnage or Arizona.
Or Carnage was the one
yeah.
where I was sweating profusely and
Yeah.
nauseous, but I was having so much fun. I battled through it to like 1 a.m. And then I
Yep.
think I finally said to you, I've got to tap out. I can't do this anymore because I
Yeah.
was drenched in sweat. That's what a real gamer does. But yeah, so much fun. The other one, now I'm not into this. This isn't my wheelhouse. But the other one that was announced recently that a lot of people are praising, which was Alien Rogue Incursion for VR. And they have this as a legit Quest 3 game. And the last two games we showed that are supposed to be Quest 3, if the graphics are anywhere close to this, then that means they're doing some massive trickery with Quest 3. This might be a PC VR and Quest 3 type title where they just show the PC graphics, to showcase it better. But I won't be playing this. Does anybody do you guys know why I won't be playing this?
You're
you
not
scared?
a horror guy, are you?
Horror in not only am I not a horror guy, but horror in VR is like to the 10th power horror. Like I will poop.
It gets
myself.
scare the shit out of you.
Yeah. I legitimately
They do it right.
legitimately. And oh my god, I will cry real tears.
Oh, you
in
gotta.
this game.
You just gotta. It's not real, Mike. It's not real.
Doesn't matter.
It
It
kind of looks
doesn't.
like Doom.
It's virtual
Kinda looks like
reality.
shitty Doom.
Looks like shitty Doom.
Yeah.
That's our review. Check our review online.
Yeah, that's my
review the
review.
game.
I'm not
Dot. Shitty Doom.
Zero impressed at shitty Doom. Yeah.
Oh look! At the end it said, "Play Shitty Doom." Ah, Shitty Doom.
I mean,
Oh my God.
I don't know. I
God,
guess
what?
that would be considered is that
Do you
considered
like-
a remake?
Do you like horror games? I like fun horror games like BioShock or something. Like not that
It's
kind of.
okay. I mean, I've buddies have gotten me into it, and like we'll try it. They're like, "Oh, this thing is awesome," and I'll try it. And I just feel it's anticlimactic. You know what I mean? It just if it's got a long story attached to it, then I'm like, "Oh God," But if you can at least run and gun in it, like some people loved Call of Duty Zombies and stuff like that. I wasn't. It was okay. I wasn't a big fan of it. It was kind of repetitive. You know what I mean?
Resident Evil.
was
I've tried
repetitive.
playing that. Silent Hill. Like I don't know why people play something to be scared. I don't get it. I want to play for
I liked
story.
Resident Evil.
What's that?
I was a Resident Evil guy. I liked Resident Evil. Never got into Silent Hill though.
I don't it doesn't compute with me. I want to play to relax, to laugh, to explore, to adventure, to become somebody else. I don't want to be scared.
Look, mommy, I could fly.
I thank you guys for all tuning in and not being scared with us for this episode. That kind of wraps it up for the comeback, the triumphant return of Deviant Gamer. Just so you guys know, anybody who stuck with us through this, we are going to be doing giveaways. We do have stickers and other items we're going to be purchasing just to kind of have some fun. We're looking at events throughout the South Jersey, Philly area to go check out, to go cover, to go interview people. We've got a lot of great plans for the show going forward, a lot of live events, a lot of meetups. We can't do something like the Overwatch meetup anymore because they don't do Overwatch anymore. Me and Demonoid got to go there and have fun. But we're looking for other events, so if there's events that you know of coming up, please let us know. We will go there. Any parting words for you guys? Godfrey, I'll give you the microphone first. How do you feel about your first episode on Deviant Gamer with the relaunch?
It was interesting, fun.
Yeah.
I like trying different things, and
Anything more on
July.
net shootout?
I'm glad it's
Anything more on net neutrality? No. Okay. So,
Nope. you guys will
Demonoid,
thank me for that.
anything else from you?
No, just glad to be back. Glad to be talking video games because it kind of gives you a reason to play new games. Games that
New
I
game, yeah.
probably wouldn't download and try out. I'll try out now just so we could talk about it on Friday night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, play
that's
more sports games again.
that's how we found Broforce, wasn't it? Like just by doing the show, we found Broforce, which was fun as hell. But yeah, it gives us a reason. It gives us different perspective. We learn about games that we might not even knew existed, and it gives us a reason to play them to be able to talk about them. So it's not only fun for you guys, but it's fun for us as well. Please go all over our social media. Deviant Gamer Live on Twitter, on Facebook. I think it's just Deviant Gamer on TikTok. There's not much up there yet. I will be taking out clips and putting it up there. YouTube. Also, over on Twitch, find me, Toxic Spunk. I'm going to try to stream on there after every single episode. So thank you for joining us. For all the returning Deviant Gamer crew, and also anybody new tuning in, we appreciate you guys. And remember, as always, it's all fun and games
Until somebody
gets trolled. we didn't work that out with Godfrey before the show.
Yeah,
it's one thing we forgot.
Yeah.
Godfrey.
Oh shit!
I
was gonna say it's all fun and games until someone gets caught in their friend circle.
All right, you want to do take two? Take two. You're gonna do we're gonna do it. You're gonna finish it off until somebody gets trolled. Ready? It's all fun and games
until somebody
gets trolled.
There you go. Oh Jesus!
I feel I have more of a video game.
I'm gonna redo that and edit that out of the podcast. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Why?
Wait, don't say anything. Quiet. I'm editing this out of the real podcast. You piece of shit. Shut up. Quiet.